Let me talk to you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. True Individual 90 here, and we are back with a new segment called Money Match, where I play the arcade version of a particular fighting game and see how many quarters does it take to defeat it. And today, we're gonna be covering Tekken 1. Tekken was released in December of 1994 in the arcades in Japan and released worldwide May of 1995. It will be ported to the PlayStation not too long after. It would sell 2.8 million copies, which would be a smash hit for the console, and thus spawning numerous successful sequels, as well as some movies that are a mixed bag. But that's not what we're talking about here. What we're going to do is to play the arcade version of Tekken 1 and see how many quarters does it take to defeat it. Let's get ready for the next battle.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
We run through stage 1 and stage 2 with relative ease by using twin pistons as well as Wind God Fist. You're probably wondering why I'm spamming these two moves so much. Simple, they work against the computer. You can't play the AI like a human. You have to play it like a computer. The computer just doesn't block those, and if you want to save your money in these kind of games, that's what you have to do. Is it the most fun way to play? No. Is it the most entertaining way to play? No. But if you don't want to lose your money, this is what you have to do. And you can apply this to just any fighting game. Exploiting the AI just to win, because these games are predatory. And here is where we eat our first L against the big monster known as Jack. I couldn't get the Wind God Fist out in time, and he makes me pay for it. So, what do? We dust ourselves off and try again, and we run it back against the big guy, and we beat him. This is where the playthrough takes a turn for the worse as I face the bane of my existence in these early Tekken games, Paul Phoenix, as his AI loves to mix you up, and I fall for it not once, not twice, but 3 separate times. But 4th time's the charm, I beat him, and we move on to the next battle. And round 5 is martial law. He eats the Twin Pistons Wind God Fist combo. We move on to stage 6 to Jaguar Godman King. And despite his suplexes, that is not enough for us as we move on to stage 7, Nina Williams. And despite the assassin's attempts, we defeat her too with that same 2-piece no biscuit. When then we move on to Kazuya's little adopted brother, Li Chaolan. And guess what? He suffers the same fate. And we have only lost a grand total of 4 times as we prepare for the final battle against the world's angriest grandpa, Heihachi Mishima. I know what you're thinking, but true, he doesn't become a grandfather until the 3rd. Shut your mouth. I know, okay? If you're watching this video, you already know the story. So shut it. Let's move on. We now face the sponsor of the King of the Iron Fist tournament and father of numerous cast members in this franchise, Heihachi Mishima. And is he difficult in this game? Not at all, really, because he may hit like a truck, but he's not impossible. We've lost twice to him, 1 less than Paul, but he ultimately falls, but we don't get the satisfaction of tossing him off a cliff, because this is the arcade version of the game, not the PlayStation 1 version of the game. But we get to inscribe our glorious initials at 9 minutes plus, and we get to tally up how many times we lost. Since Tekken is 50 cents a game and we only lost a grand total of 6 times, the total of money we spent on the machine is $3. And that's in 1994. How much is that in today's money? $6.47. which is actually not very bad compared to other arcade games at that time. I give Tekken 1's difficulty about a 4 out of 10. Challenging at times, but nothing that will make you rage quit. Can we say the same for Tekken 2? You're gonna have to find out next time on Money Match. Thanks for watching.